From McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota, good evening, everyone. I'm Celie Stockmo alongside Addie Bogenreef as we get set for North Dakota High School volleyball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Fargo North Spartans. Volleyball on Shanley TV is presented by the Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. We have an exciting game for you tonight. Stay tuned and we will return shortly right after this message from our Deacon partners.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance and Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Busick, Olson and Associates, Electro Diagnostic Services, Enclave, Essentia Health, the Fargo Jet Center, Fusion Electric, Inform.com, Lorry's, Luther Family Buick GMC, Network Center, Off the Wall Advertising, OnSharp, RBC Wealth Management, Real Presence Radio, Sandine Law, Taxman, and Wolf Steel Construction.
All right, Addie, we have a massive game tonight. You have the Fargo North Spartans, #1 in the state, against the Fargo Shanley Deacons. This is exciting. What do you think, who do you think the players are going to be to look out for the Spartans?
Celie, I think the players to look out for in the Spartans are number 5, Audrey Rydell. She's a 6'1" middle, and she is a key component of the Spartan offense. And then on the other hand, we have number 11, Evie Berg, who is a libero. Evie is one of the top liberos in the state, and I'm really excited to see her defense tonight.
Definitely. I know you brought up number 5. She had some amazing hits in the hitting lines. I think that the Deacons' defense is what's going to have to really be on display tonight in order for them to even have a chance at this game. Who do you think are players to watch out for on the Deacon side?
For the Deacons, I think number 11, Caitlin Ullman, and number 5, Hannah Cutterba. Again, we kind of have that offense and defensive key components. Hannah Cutterba is our libero for the Deacons, and her playing well tonight and the defense as a whole is very crucial. And then number 11, Caitlin Ullman, we've seen the past few games, she has swung and swung hard. I'm really excited to see what she does against the big block of the Spartans.
Definitely. I think the Deacons have had some games these past few days that have felt a little bit like gimmies in a sense, but I know that the Deacons have got to come out hard tonight. They have to come out fast, and they have to keep their momentum. They cannot have a roller coaster game like we've seen in the past.
I agree, Celie.
Already we have the presence of both student sections here too. This is a big game for both teams here. And the Spartans have a big lineup, and so do the Deacons. It's going to be very interesting to see how things are going to play out tonight.
Yes, I agree, Celie. And we forgot to mention, this is a 2-point match. This is the only meeting these teams will have. So this game counts as 2.
And that has me shaking in my boots, Addie. This is a huge game, and I'm really excited to see how it's going to play out. I know serving is going to be a big part. We obviously know hitting is going to be a big part, and hopefully we'll see some really good athleticism on display tonight.
First up to serve is number 3, Schiltz. Great serve by Schiltz, handled by Cutterba. Back to Hallstein. Beautiful dig by Berg. Tipped over by Tykeson. Great hustle by Ullman, but that's just out of the reach for the Deacons.
I think the Spartans have already made their presence known here. I can't really count many teams who have been able to get a ball like that from Curly Holstein up off the floor, and that is something.
I agree. Give that point to Berg. Schultz up to serve again. Handled by Cutterba. Outside to Rentschler, and she is blocked. What do you think about that, Seeley?
The block is always something that Deacons have struggled with all year, and once the block is shown, they start to shy away and not hit as hard as they can. The Deacons are going to have to keep swinging hard if they want to be in this game.
Rentschler with another swing. She attacked that one. Tipped over by Nelson, and that's just a little mistouch, and that's going to happen.
You can already see the difference. Yes, the Spartans have had the points in this first set so far, but the Deacons are not looking very energetic.
Schultz to serve. Handled by Ullman. Right side to Holstein. Tipped over. Great dig by Berg. Sent over by Berg. Played by Robin. Out to Rentschler. Handled by Schultz. Back out to Berg, sister connection. Dumped over by Stimson, and that's a kill for her.
That's going to be a big deal tonight. Smart plays and making sure that you have ball placement. You don't have to hit as hard as you can to get the point every time.
Stimson up to serve for the Deacons. Great serve by her, handled by Berg, outside to Olsher, dug up by Cutterba, back row to Robin, and that's just out of bounds from her.
That's a tough one again. I've said it before. Claire Robin is one of the best players I've seen really ever in my time of announcing that can get on top of a ball like that from the back row. Yes, it was just out of bounds, but even being able to do that is such an intimidation factor.
Free ball sent over, outside to Berg. And that was a roll. Great shot. A little miscommunication by the Deacons. It looks like Rentschler was on the floor. So smart play by Berg to tip it right over.
Definitely, like we said, you don't have to hit the lights out to get points.
Thiel to serve. Little shanked pass from Rentschler, sent over by Stimson. Set middle to Nelson, tipped over, and that will not clear the tape. Point
That's
Deacons.
a tough miss from them. That really should have been over the net from the Spartans. Let's see if Vetter can bring some energy to this Deacons offense.
Vetter into the game, up to serve. Great serve by her. Handled, free ball sent over, handled by Vetter. Middle to Holstein, tipped over, handled by Thiel. Back to Osher. But
she was under the net there.
Point Deacons, just under the net for the Spartans. Vetter up to serve again. Great serve, handled by Berg. Outside to Berg, handled by Vetter. Great dig by her, right side to Ullman, just pushed over, and that's just out of bounds for the Deacons.
That's something you cannot have, especially with a push. That should not go out of bounds.
Berg to serve for the Spartans. Just out of bounds for her, very close, but great call by Robin to let it go. Holstein to serve. Holstein serve, handled by Thiel. Pushed over by Olsher. And just a little miscommunication. Holstein with a great effort on that ball, but just not able to come up with it.
Great hustle from the middle there. Still a close game, but the Deacons really got to get some momentum going.
Comer to serve for the Spartans. Handled by Cutterba. Tipped over by Shorma. Schultz with the swing, but just in the net. Great ball by Berg.
Definitely, and I think it's a big deal, too, that Schultz can get up and hit it like that, too. Very versatile in the front row.
McNeely to serve for the Deacons. Great serve by her, handled by Berg. Middle to Rydell.
Wow.
Great hustle by Cutterba and Vetter, but that's just out of the reach. Great swing by Rydell.
And you can just feel the energy when she gets on top of the ball like that. That is just crazy.
Berg to serve. Handled by Robin. Right side back to Robin. Tight and just a little mishit. Look for Robin to come back on the next one and get a great swing.
Definitely. I think that was just a little bit of a miscommunication, mishit there from McNeely a little bit.
Berg to serve. Handled by Robin. Middle to Shorma. And that's just out of bounds.
I saw the Deacons struggle with that too in JV middle hitters just going out of bounds, especially on the right. They really have to rein those in tonight.
Berg to serve. And that's an ace for her. Great serving, great run.
Not a lot of chemistry tonight from the Deacons.
Berg to serve, short, handled by Shorma. Right side to Robin, great swing, handled by Berg. Middle to Rydell, and oh my goodness.
Oh my
That'll
God.
give you some momentum.
That is borderline Carly Holstein territory there. The Deacons didn't even have a split second to react to that hit, Addie. What do the Deacons have to do to even try and defend that?
I don't know, Sealy. Just got to get a block on that. Just a few more hands up to maybe slow it down.
I agree. I think even just the pure intimidation factor of getting anything up, you have got to prove to them that you are there and you can at least, again, try and slow it down. It's going to be hard to block a ball with that much speed, but you can always help your back row by slowing it down even a little. Don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media. Get the latest updates about Shanley's sports teams plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV or follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV. This is already a really exciting game. The Spartans are pulling ahead with a 7-point lead here, 5-12. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Berg to serve. Great serve by Berg, handled by Cutterba. Right side to Robin. Great swing, handled by Berg, dumped over. Great touch by Cutterba, but they just couldn't control that one by Schultz. Great tip.
That's one positive that I am seeing. There haven't been very many balls that have just hit the floor for the Deacons. They are getting touches on them, but they just aren't going where they need to go to get another one after.
Great serve by Berg, handled by Robin, outside to Paul. Blocked, covered. Paul again with a swing, rolled over. Outside to Tykeson, blocked, but that's out of bounds. That's a great, smart swing.
Very much so. You saw Paul trying to hustle to even get over there to put it up with Shorma.
Berg to serve again. Great run from her. Handled by Cutterba. Middle set, but that will just be a double.
I think we're going to see another timeout soon here if the Deacons don't pull it together soon.
Shorma, great swing from her.
Definitely a happy sound for Deacon fans, the word side out. An exciting one. Hopefully Robin can get something going here.
Robin with the serve, handled by Berg. Right side set to Rydell, and that's great swing.
Did that
Very
just
smart.
go off the block there, Addie?
Yes, it did, Sealy.
That's a tough one, too. You know that whoever was in the back row right there, I don't remember exactly who it was, they were planning for where the hit was going to go, but it hits the hands and just changes the trajectory a little bit.
Served by Rydell, just out of bounds.
Those are going to matter. The Spartans should not be missing serves.
Cutterba up to serve for the Deacons. Great serve by her. Handled. Middle set to Nelson. And that's just out of bounds.
Rare one there. The Spartans have been very consistent tonight with their spots. Deacons might be catching them a little off guard.
Cutterba up to serve again for the Deacons. Handled by Berg. Outside to Tykeson. That's out of bounds.
Another kind of miss-hit there from the Spartans. The Deacons really have to capitalize on this. They need points and they need energy. They've gotten a few points here in the past few minutes. Let's keep it going.
Cutterba with the serve. Handled by Comer. Outside Tykeson just pushed over. Handled by Cutterba. Right side to Paul. Blocked back. Dug by McNeely. Set up to Rentschler. And that's a great kill. Perfect spot.
That is very impressive when the setter can dig that up off the floor and your middle can set the outside perfectly for a hit there. And again, they are not being phased right now by the Spartans block, and that is a huge deal.
Cutterba to serve, handled by Comer. Back row set to Berg, and that's just in the net. The Deacons are getting a lot of momentum right now. What do you want to see from the Spartans to side out and get the energy back on their side?
I think, honestly, get out of your head. You've been playing so well. You really just need to focus on the pass and the set. The hitters can get it done if they have something to go off of.
Rolled over, great hustle pancake by Berg. Sent over by Nelson. Outside set to Rentschler. Berg again with the dig. Outside to Tykeson, rolled over. Doug, just a little mishit by McNeely, was able to bring it back, was Cutterba. Sent over, free ball dump. Handled by Cutterba again, tipped over by McNeely. Outside to Tykeson, and that's a great swing. Great swing.
And that's what we've seen from her all year. Hitting it out of bounds like that is not like her. Hitting it like that into the block and having it dribble down their body, that is what we're seeing from her.
That was a great rally between these two teams, but give that point to Evie Berg. Great defense from her. Serve handled by Cutterba, right side to Paul.
Oh, wow.
Great dig, pushed over. Middle set to Holstein, just tipped over, little mishit, pushed over by Schiltz. Outside to Rentschler, touch off the block, handled by Berg. Right side set to Osher. Great hustle, sent over by the Deacons. Great digs all over. Great hustle by Berg. Right side to Berg again. And that's a point, Deacons.
What have we just witnessed, Addie?
We just witnessed some great hustle by the Deacons defense. Give that point to Cutterba.
Cutterba getting that one barely over the net. The Spartans are like, okay, I'm going to take this. Let me swing it in your face. But no, Robin with the up. Holy crap.
Stimson back to serve for the Deacons. Great serve by her, handled by Berg and Tykeson. Out to Olsher. Great dig by Cutterba. Back row attack by Robin, tipped over. Little miscommunication, but sent over by Schiltz. Right side set to Ullman. Great defense. Great defense by the setter Schiltz. But just in the net for the Spartans.
I think that might be Schiltz's second one, too, kind of getting it on top of her head like that. That's very impressive. And the Spartans taking a timeout. I don't know if I expected that in this set, the way it started. Wow. Definitely want to shout out Shanley teacher, Mrs. Miller. Painting, we're really glad that you're watching us tonight. This is a tight game, Addie. What do the Deacons have to continue to do to keep getting these points?
The Deacons just have to continue to have their great hustle. I believe that defense is a mindset, and if you think you can, you probably will.
I agree, and I think one thing we're seeing is the Deacons have kind of struggled all year with starting where they can get to. I think they always kind of ease into it, and right now they're kind of hitting their peak, and they need to stay at that peak if they want to get this set going their way.
Stimson up to serve for the Deacons. Handled by Tykeson. Outside set to Olsher, blocked back. Both Bergs with great hustle, but that just hit the antenna. Point Deacons.
Olsher is a great hitter, too. We very rarely see her go right into the block like that. Again, the Deacons are finally putting up a decent block, and it is helping them out.
Serve handled by Tykeson. Back row to Berg. Dug by Stimson. Right side to Ullman. Great swing from her. Berg got a touch on that ball, but that's too much heat from Ullman.
Again, Ullman, I am just really impressed with her consistency this year. I feel like we've seen her had a lot of great games consecutively, and that is just something the Deacons really need to rely on.
Stimson with the serve, handled by Berg. Free ball sent over to the Deacons. Middle set, Holstein, and that's just out of bounds.
Close one.
Thiel into the game for the Spartans, up to serve. Great serve, handled by Cutterba. Outside to Ullman, and oh my goodness. That's beautiful swing.
And we shouted out Evie Berg, too, at the beginning of this game, I believe. And if she can't get that up, you know that that's a monster hit.
That was a great touch from her, but too much heat from Ullman. Free ball sent over by the Spartans. Middle hit, Holstein, and that's just out of bounds for her.
Again, I know I keep saying that's a rare one, but that is a rare one from Carly Holstein. She almost always gets on top of those quick sets. I think she's just got to pull it together here, and the Deacons are going to have a really good shot.
Berg with the serve, and that's an ace for her. Cutterba could not handle the heat on that one.
That's a tough one. Definitely serve receive is going to be a big deal tonight. The Spartans have had a lot of great serves.
Berg with the serve, handled by Vetter, outside to Ullman, rolled over, and that's just so smart. You hit him with the very strong, aggressive swing to get the point. They're not expecting a tip right over the block, and she does it.
Definitely, Addie.
What a smart player. Holstein with the serve, handled by Thiel, outside, tipped over by Berg. Dug by Holstein, set out to Robin, handled by Thiel, outside to Berg again. Great dig by Holstein, hit off the ceiling, outside Robin. Great dig by Thiel. Right side Olsher, dug by Holstein again, outside to Robin, and that's a great swing off the block.
I love the back row from Carly Holstein. It is just so fun to watch. She's getting these hits, and the Spartans are not letting down. This is a very, very tight game.
Holstein with the serve, handled by Thiel, outside to Berg. Great swing from her, dug by Vetter, middle set, Rydell, and that's a great defensive effort by Vetter. Vetter again. Right side Ullman, just a little miss, but that's great defense to Vetter.
Vetter really got those up, and that is a huge deal. Yes, they went over the net, but that's better than going in the floor. Amazing defense from her. Those are some hard hits.
Amazing job by Vetter. Comer with the serve. Right side to Ullman.
Oh, great
Dug
hit.
by Comer, out to Berg. Dug by Vetter, outside Robin, tipped over. Great hustle by Comer. Outside Berg to Berg again. Handled by Cutterba, right side. Free ball sent over. Handled by Berg. Rydell! That
Oh.
is so pretty to watch.
I have goosebumps, Addie. It's seriously, Stimson had maybe like 0.0001 seconds to even try and get that up. Wow. But again, the Deacons are still only down by 4. They're putting up a fight that I think a lot of people didn't expect. If you've enjoyed watching our ShanleyTV.com broadcast, please consider making a donation to help us continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality of our productions and to add new features for you, the viewer, to enjoy. If you are interested in donating, please contact Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support of Shanley TV.
Comer up to serve for the Spartans after the Deacon timeout. Great serve from her, handled by Cutterba. Outside to Robin, great swing, beautiful dig by Berg, set Schultz out to Berg, and an even better swing from her. This is great defense to offense rhythm.
Again, I think it's one thing to see an open spot on the floor, but it's also another to have enough control over the ball to get it there. And that is something the Spartans are doing perfectly right now.
Comer with the serve, handled by Vetter, middle set Shorma. Great dig by Berg. Schultz back to Berg, but just hit into the net. Paul into the game for the Deacons. McNeely up to serve. Great serve from her, handled by Berg. Right side, Rydell. Just a little miscommunication.
That's an odd little miss hit for her, isn't it, Addie?
Definitely a rare one. McNeely with the serve, just out of bounds. Looked like it hit her hand a little funky, but nothing hurt.
And that's definitely one that McNeely wishes she could get back. With a tight game like this, every single point is going to matter.
Berg with the serve, handled by Cutterba. Right side to Robin, tipped over, handled by Berg. Back to Berg. Handled by Cutterba, middle set to Shorma, blocked. Great dig by McNeely. And it looks like...
What's that call that he just made, Addie?
Okay, so for people watching at home, what just happened was the libero 5, Cutterba, cannot set in front of the 10-foot line using her hands. She can use her platform all day long, but once she uses her hands and sets the ball, that's a violation.
I can honestly say I have learned something new today, Addie. Thank you. Big game here, really close one. The Deacons honestly kind of had it in their grasp for a while, but the Spartans pulled away just like they did at the beginning of the set. I think what I see the Deacons needing to do in this second set here is to really they have great defense. They're getting balls up, but they aren't getting to the setter where they need to go. They got to get balls to the setter so that the hitters can make plays, and they have to make smart plays if they want to get past the Spartans, who honestly really have kind of an advantage just in their personnel.
Yeah, Celia, I definitely agree.
Yeah, this will definitely be a close one here, and we'll see where it takes us in the second set. We are back and ready to get into some more volleyball action. The Deacons did just lose this first set, I believe 25-20, Addie, yes. And the Spartans had a great beginning, a little bit of an iffy middle, but then came back to round it off at the end with a W. The Deacons are going to start serving here. I definitely want to see some hard serves from the Deacons, definitely something they can control.
Outside set, Tykeson pushed over. Touched by Rentschler, brought back in by Cutterbuff. Free ball sent over, middle set, Nelson, great swing. Just unable to get it from Cutterbuff. She was so close and was there.
Again, and that's a crazy one. Even when Rydell doesn't have her hardest hit, it's somehow like luck or something else makes it go over the net just right.
Schiltz with the serve. Handled by Vetter. Pushed outside, right side to Robin. Great swing from her. Unable to be handled by Berg.
So sorry, folks, not Rydell on that last point. My eyes were deceiving me, but whoever it was, that point worked out for them.
Rentschler into the game for the Deacons. Robin back to serve. Great serve by her, handled by Berg, sent over by Tykeson. Middle set, Holstein, and oh my goodness. That is probably the best timing between her and Stimson that we've seen all year.
I think we need more of that, Addie. I think the Deacons would like to see more of that.
Serve by Robin. Pushed over by Nelson. Right side, Ullman. Great swing off the block. Dug by Schiltz and Berg. Robin sent over that one. Right side to Olsher. Pushed over by Olsher. Middle set, Holstein again. Beautiful swing from her. Unable to be handled by Berg.
She is just lethal when she can get on top of a ball, Addie.
Serve from Robin. Handled by Berg and great dig from out of the net. Right side to Ullman, just rolled over. Outside, Tykeson. Great over, and it's up. That's great hustle, but unable to come up for the Deacons.
That's a tough one. Again, they have a lot of those plays. They're all going for it, just can't get it over the net.
Thiel into the game and up to serve for the Spartans. Great serve by her, handled by Cutterbuff. Back row from Robin, great dig by Berg, middle set Nelson, and that's a great swing. Perfect spot from her.
Definitely, we really love to see that power from Nelson.
Thiel back to the serve. Great serve by her, handled by Robin. Tight set. And looks like 4 hits. I'm not quite sure what happened there, Seeley.
Yeah, I think we could have waited. That might have gone over the net, but Rentschler didn't realize it had already been 3 hits.
And we have a double contact on Stimson.
We definitely don't see that a lot from Stimson specifically. Oftentimes she does get her sets good.
Another interesting call.
They're keeping this a very tight game tonight.
Thiel back to serve again for the Spartans. Handled by Cutterbuff. Slide swing tipped over by Holstein, and that's a kill for her. Perfectly placed.
And again, Carly Holstein having a really great few hits has made the Spartans defense move back to try and get those. So now she can start tipping, get them forward, keep them mixed up.
serve out of bounds for Holstein.
And that,
Rydell back into the game for the Spartans. Berg up to serve.
that's something the Deacons definitely want back.
Passed by Rentschler. Back to Ullman. Great swing off the block. Was in a little bit of a pickle there, Seeley, but able to get the point.
Yeah, definitely a weird kind of hit there from Ullman, but whatever works, works. Again, a point is always a point.
Mesiku Hakim into the game
Into
for
the game.
Deacons.
We love to see that girl in here playing some volleyball. Let's see what she can
McNeely
do.
to serve, handled by, Berg. Just a swing into the net by Rydell. Look to see her bounce back from that and get a kill on the next one.
Definitely got to adjust a little bit with some of those sets.
McNeely with the serve, handled by Thiel, right side to Olsher. Great swing, dug up by Robin. Back to Hai Kim. Great swing from her, dug up by Thiel and Schiltz. Right side set, Shorma, and that's a great swing from her.
I don't think that I have seen Maggie Shorma get a cleaner hit than that all season, Addie.
That was a great swing from her, and I really love to see the energy she brings to the team.
Definitely on the slide, too. That's a big hit from her.
McNeely with the serve and just out of bounds for the Deacons.
Already,
Point Spartans.
I can think of, I think, 4 missed serves already from the Deacons. Those just seriously cannot happen.
Comer back to serve for the Spartans. Great serve by her, handled by Cutterba. Right side. Tipped over by Rydell, handled by Cutterba. Back to Hakim, and that's a kill for her. I love to see it.
She is back, and would anyone outside of the Deacons kind of fan base know she has been out for a few games? I don't think so.
I'm not sure. This is Hakim's first game back. Doing a great job. Vetter with the serve, handled by Berg. Great one-handed up, pushed over by Berg. Right side to Hakim again, and she has another kill. That's 3 for 3 for Mesiku Hakim.
And that is the energy and honestly, just the, I can't even find the word, just the awesomeness that the Deacons need.
Vetter with the serve, handled by Thiel. Pushed outside to Berg.
Cutterba almost got that up off of McNeely too. Great hustle.
Berg with the serve, handled by Cutterba. Right side to Shorma, blocked. And apparently it was a lift on Cutterba.
Apparently it was. Again, that is borderline. You could call that either way. And the officials tonight are calling a hard game.
Berg with the serve, handled by Vetter. Middle set to Hai Kim. Dug up by both Bergs. Sent over by Comer. Right side again. Oh, not Hai Kim. Shorma.
Tough one there. I think Hakim thought she was going for that ball.
Great swing.
There has to be some hard communication there, knowing if the right side's taking it or the middle.
And that's a swing just out of bounds for Idell. Served by Cutterbus, sent over, handled by Comer, outside set to Tykeson. Pancake up by Vetter, great hustle play by her. Schiltz, and that's for contact.
Holstein.
Vetter.
Vetter, that was a tight one. I'm going to be honest, guys. I thought it hit the floor. That was a very interesting sounding up, but she definitely got there last second. And Holstein's presence at the net really solidified that point for the Deacons. These are some big points. The Deacons now have a lead, 12-9. This is getting interesting. All right, we're going to resume play here. Some big points. This has been an exciting one.
Cutterba to serve for the Deacons. Short, handled by Berg, but just a little mishit by Rydell. Cutterba up to serve again, going on a little run for the Deacons. Great serve by her, handled by Comer, outside to Tykeson. And that's into the net for her.
I think what we're seeing here is an energy shift. The Deacons have had some great hustle plays, while the Spartans have had some little mishits, some little misdigs, as you would say.
Cutterba with the serve over, handled by Berg. Middle set to Rydell, outside Robin. Just out of bounds for her. Very close.
Tough one, and again, I'll say it over and over again. Any mishit by her is still a great hit. She had to jump without even really an approach to get that one.
Rydell to serve for the Spartans. Great serve by her, handled by Vetter. Sent over by McNeely.
Holstein almost had the gym up standing after. If she would have had that one in bounds, I think we would break a new noise level in here.
That'd be definitely a momentum shift. Great swing, serve by Rydell. Berg with the dig, outside to Tykeson. Blocked back, great cover by Berg. Free ball just sent into the net by Comer.
This is not what I was expecting at all. I think the Spartans are really caught off guard by the Deacons tonight. They look a little out of place, a little confused at how they're playing. They gotta use this and make it work in their advantage.
Stimson with the serve, handled by Berg. Back row set to Berg, great swing from her, dug by Stimson. Free ball sent over by Ullman, but just out of bounds.
Definitely a close one there.
Schultz back to serve for the Spartans. Great swing by her, serve. Sent over by Ullman. Pancake by Berg. Middle set, Holstein, and that's great. I'm just tripping over all my words here, Sealy, but that was a great swing by Holstein.
When you have a swing like that from Holstein, how are you supposed to speak after that? I mean, Schultz, I think she thought that was going out of bounds. She kind of veered away from it, but no, lands right by the line.
Robin with the serve, handled by Berg, outside, rolled over by Tykeson. Great hustle by Cutterba, but just into the net by her.
Tough one there. The Deacons got to keep going for those off the net.
Thiel back to serve for the Spartans. Great serve by her, handled by Cutterba. Great hustle by Stimson, pushed over by Ullman, handled by Berg. Swing from Berg, outside set to Rentschler. Great swing, great dig. Free ball sent over, handled by Cutterba. Middle set Holstein, tipped over, little miscommunication. Outside to Berg, great roll from her. Dumped over by Stimson, great hustle. Free ball sent over again. Right side Ullman pushed over. And that's great hustle for the Spartan defense.
I mean, no matter what happens, you know the Spartans are going to try and get every last touch they can on that ball. A lot of great plays, a great rally, very exciting to watch.
Holstein to serve, handled by Berg. Great hustle by Schultz. Free ball sent over by Berg, handled by Holstein, tipped over by Ullman. Right side set to Olscher. Great swing from her, handled by Robin. Outside to Rentschler, and that's just out of bounds for her.
Again, that right sideline is not the Deacons' friend tonight.
Berg up to serve for the Spartans. Handled by Rentschler, dumped over. Another great hustle play, but the point goes to Simpson.
Definitely got to keep using them, keep the Spartans off guard, but again, you can't use the setter dump all the time. They really got to get some good sets up to their hitters.
Kim back into the game. McNeely up to serve. Great serve by her, handled by Berg. Outside to Rydell, blocked. Great cover by Berg. Outside set to Rentschler. Great swing from her. Great dig from Thiel. Sent over. And miscommunication for the Deacons. Point Spartans.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I really do want to touch on that big block by Shorma and Hakim there. I do not want to be hitting against those two, that's for sure.
Comer back to serve for the Spartans. And that's just out of bounds. Very, very close.
Very, very
Timeout
close.
from the Spartans.
19-15 now. The Deacons are up. This has been a very tight game, back and forth and back and forth. I think we might be going to a few sets tonight, Addie. Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathleticlub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button, or become a member if you are not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. Some big serves coming up here. 19-15 in the second set. We'll see who will come out on top.
Vetter with the serve, handled by Thiel. Middle set to Rydell. Blocked, but just pushed in. Great swing by Rydell.
Really got to press over the net on those blocks to make them count.
Berg up to serve for the Spartans. Handled by Vetter. Hakim with the swing, great dig. Sent over by Schultz, pushed over again. Great hustle by Vetter, but that's just out of her reach. Smart play by Schultz. Berg back to serve again, handled by Cutterba. Outside to Robin, just into the net.
That's a rare one from Robin. Did that go in the net, Addie, or was it? Yeah, that's a tough one. Deacons got to bounce back. Only a 1-point lead now.
Berg with the serve, just out of bounds. Oh!
Oh no,
And they will call that out of bounds.
They will call that out still. Whoa, that is a tough one. They will call that out. Deacons point. I think that line judge is going to have
I thought that
few
was
haters
definitely
after
out.
tonight.
I called it right away, but guess I may have been wrong. Rydell with the swing back, though.
Gosh.
Great swing from her.
An amazing swing from her, Addie.
Rydell back to serve. Great serve by Rydell, handled by Vetter. And that's just a pass into the net.
Timeout for the Deacons here. It is now 20-20. The Spartans have gained back that lead in the best way they can, just by being confident in how they play. They've had some amazing hits, some good serves, and I think the Deacons really just have to remember that they have had a lead in this set, and they have a great shot at winning it just as much as the Spartans do. They have to pull through and have the momentum back on their side.
Rydell back to serve again. Great serve from her, handled by Vetter. Right side to Hai Kim. Great dig by the middle, Rydell out to Tykeson. And that's a great spot from her. Split the defense, didn't know who was going for it. Great swing.
Definitely a tough one there from Vetter. Totally was right there and could have gotten that one, but just didn't have her other hand up for the platform.
Rydell back to serve again. And just into the net.
Oh, serving, serving, serving. I feel like I say that word a lot every game, but it is so important. Both teams have got to pull through on their serving, something they can totally control.
Stimson back to serve for the Deacons. Great serve by her, handled by Comer. Middle set to Nelson. And that is out of bounds. Took a long time to call that one.
After it hit him in the foot. That's a tough one there.
Stimson to serve. And into the net.
This is getting quite interesting, Addie. Tied up again, 22-22.
Schultz with the serve over, handled by Robin, pulled back by Stimson. Free ball sent over to the Spartans. Back row attack from Berg. And that's a great swing from her. Unable to be handled by Vetter. Timeout, Deacons.
Another timeout here, yeah, wow. We've seen a lot of amazing hits from the Spartans, ones that the Deacons are having a lot of trouble getting back up. This is close. I really honestly thought that the Deacons had it in the bag. They had, what, a 4 or 5 point lead at one point, and now they're down by one, 22-23. This is crunch time, and this is when the Deacons have to pull through if they want this set, and this is when the Spartans have to continue what they've been doing to get the lead again.
Schultz back to serve for the Spartans. Great serve by her, handled by Cutterbutt. Outside set to Ullman. Great hustle, but just missed hit. Great swing by Ullman. Very
that had
smart.
me scared when you had Ullman going up for that little bump up in the air. I didn't know that the Spartans were going to kind of fumble that.
Rentschler into the game for the Deacons. Robin up to serve. Great serve by her, handled by Berg. Back to Berg. Dug by Stimson. Again by Ullman. Free ball sent over by Halstein. Outside set to Tykeson. Great block touch. Out to Rentschler. And that's a kill
Oh
for
my
her.
goodness. And that is when we need Rentschler. She's been a little quiet tonight, but she really can make a difference in this game, and she has. 24-23 Deacons are up. This is match point.
Robin with the serve for set point, handled by Berg. Middle set tipped over. Back to Ullman and not over the net.
Tough one there, a close one.
Thiel into the game to serve for the Spartans. Thiel with the serve, handled by Robin. Middle set to Holstein, tipped over, handled by Berg. Outside set to Berg. Great dig by Cutterba. Middle set to Nelson. Great digs. Wow, both Holstein and Rentschler getting a touch on that. Outside to Berg, tipped over, handled by Robin. Outside Rentschler, and that's just gonna be long for the Deacons.
That's a tough one. Those are ones that Rentschler almost always had, but just a little bit of a mistiming there. Deacons got to get this one back.
Theo with the serve, handled by Cutterbuff. Free ball sent over. Outside set, tipped over by Berg. Right side set, pushed over by Ullman, and that's just out of bounds.
And again, a super, super close call there. But the up officials agree it was out of bounds. And the Spartans are going to take that one, 26-24. I'm a little shook here, Addie. What are you thinking right now?
I'm just very surprised, Celie. I thought the Deacons were really on like the peak of their game. They were up by 5 points, had the whole gym's energy. The Spartans were down, but just a few unforced errors and got the Spartans back into it. They got a little bit of energy and there's no stopping them from there.
Definitely. I think one thing that the Spartans have done a better job of throughout these sets altogether is capitalizing on the energy, you know? Both teams have had momentum at various points in the game, but I think that the Spartans have done a better job at utilizing that energy better, and obviously it shows in the score. They're winning 2-0. The Deacons have to win this set, otherwise they're going home, and the Spartans have 2 to fall back on. They can't let down either. This is definitely going to be a huge set, and the Deacons know that they are capable. We'll be back in a little bit to resume our broadcast with set 3. All right, Addie, Bogan, Reeve. Both teams are back on the court. We are ready for set 3, Fargo North Spartans against the Fargo Shanley Deacons. Coming back from a really hard set to take from the Deacons. I know, they all know that they should have had that. Everyone in this gym knows the Deacons should have had that set, but the Spartans came out on top. Sheer determination. Looks like Schultz is going to start us off serving here for the Spartans. Let's see what happens.
Schultz back to serve for the Spartans. Handled over by the libero, Berg. Free ball sent back over. Rydell with the swing. And that is touched off the block. That's a point for the Spartans. Berg back to serve for the Spartans. Great serve from her, handled by Rentschler, out to Hai Kim, and just out of bounds.
Again, I think that might be the first kind of miss hit we've seen from her all game. Hasn't had too many of them, but those are going to come down to it too. 5-7 here. The Spartans are leading, but the Deacons are just as well in it.
Cutterbaugh handled the serve from Berg. Free ball sent over, handled by Comer, dumped over by Schultz, blocked back. Free ball sent over by Berg. McNeely set, little miscommunication, tipped over. Robin played it, middle set, Shorma, great block touch. Pushed over by Comer. Right side set to Hai Kim, and that's a kill for her.
Just touched there by the Spartans. Tough one, but a great hit there from the Deacons.
Vetter back into the game for the Deacons and up to serve. Vetter at the serve, just off the top of the tape.
Oh my gosh. I know we can hear Claire Vetter's nephews over here. Let's go, Claire. Because they obviously know two serves are important. We got to get them over the net, and Vetter just did that.
Vetter with the serve again, handled by Berg. Right side set to Rydell, little miss hit. Tipped over by Robin. Sent over by Tykeson, rolled over, dug by McNeely. Free ball sent over by Robin, hit back over by Schultz. Right side tipped over by Hai Kim. Berg to Berg, dug by Cutterbaugh, great dig from her. Free ball sent over by McNeely. To Berg, back to Tykeson, and that's a kill. That was a great rally, Seeley.
Definitely, I think I want to touch on one thing we haven't quite talked about yet, is that a lot of times teams will get it back to their back row for a hit in times of dire need, but the Spartans oftentimes do it on purpose. They choose to get it back to their back row and have them make a play. And oftentimes the Spartan back row has done just that. Inbounds there, just barely Deacons point.
Cutterbaugh back to serve for the Deacons.
Tie game here.
Great serve by her, handled by Berg. Middle set Nelson, and that's a great swing. Perfect spot.
Definitely, I think that's the best kill I've seen from her all night. Definitely very exciting when you get on the ball like that and have it translate into a point for your team.
Schultz with the serve, handled by Cutterbaugh. Right side set to Hai Kim, great dug by Berg. Outside to Tykeson, tipped over, blocked back, great dig by Schultz. Hit over by Berg, and that's a kill for the libero.
Oh my gosh! She didn't even jump, just sailed that over. Didn't even look like she was expecting much from it, but the Deacons couldn't handle it. That's a tough one.
Schultz with the serve. Middle set to Robin. That's as much heat as I think we've seen all game. That was beautiful to watch.
Whoa. Score is now 9-10. Spartans are ahead, but the Deacons are up to serve.
Stimson to serve, handled by Tykeson. Outside back to Tykeson, dug by Stimson. Right side to Ullman. Free ball sent over by her, handled by Berg. Right side set to Olsher, and that's a little mishit. Point Deacons.
A big one, too. Don't see that a lot from either side of the court tonight. One thing I'm definitely seeing is that both teams are playing a very, very good game. It's just going in the Spartans' favor usually.
Olsher
Whoa!
dug up by Stimson. Wow. Tykeson, great dig by Vetter, dumped over by Stimson. Outside roll from Tykeson. Pushed over again by Ullman, and that's the kill.
That was beautiful. Again, a great series of digs from Claire Vetter in the back row for the Deacons. 11-10 now. Deacons are ahead.
Outside set to Robin. Great swing from her, and that will be a kill.
The Deacons have finally kind of figured out how to use the Spartans block against the Spartans themselves. They're putting it off just the right side of the hands to make it go their way.
Stimson with the serve, handled by Berg. Middle set to Nelson, tipped over, handled by Robin. Right side to Ullman, and that's just another mishit.
Rare one from her for sure.
Thiel back to serve for the Spartans. Handled by Robin. Back right side to Robin, and that will just be off the antenna.
The antenna is coming into play kind of for the first time tonight. That's a tough one and a rare one from Robin. We see her have a lot of great back row attacks, and that's not the way that she usually misses them.
Thiel with the serve, handled by Vetter. And just a little miss set, not quite sure if that was for the middle Holstein or the outside Ullman.
Yeah, tough one there, right in the middle. Not a lot of time to communicate about it either.
Thiel back to serve for the Spartans. Handled by Cutterba, pushed over by Ullman. Handled by Thiel, out to Berg, and that's into the net. One thing I've seen a lot of in this set in particular is a lot of mishits and sets and stuff into the net. Look to maybe clean up this set.
Definitely overall, 13-13, the game is tied right now.
Berg tried to kick that, but just out of reach. Robin with the serve for the Deacons, just out of bounds. Very close call.
No matter how close it is, it's still out. It's going to be a Spartans point here.
Berg with the serve, and that's another one just barely out of bounds.
Again, these girls are trying some difficult serves. They are trying to spot serve, but those have got to be in bounds if either team wants to pull ahead.
Holstein with the serve, handled by Thiel. Middle set to Rydell, and oh my goodness. That's straight down for her.
Yeah, that would have been tough for Cutterba to get, let alone the middle Curly Holstein. Again, not a lot of time to even react to where that ball is going.
Comer with the serve, handled by Rentschler. Dug, free ball sent over. Outside set to Berg. Great dig by Robin. Tipped over by Rentschler. Hit over by Schiltz. Little miscommunication, but a free ball will be sent over. Handled by Thiel. Outside set to Berg. Tipped over, and that is a kill.
Deacons have got to talk to each other 2 times in that one little 3-hit area there. 2 Deacons were going for the ball at once. That cannot happen right now.
Comer back to serve for the Spartans. Great serve from her, handled by Rentschler, back to Ullman, blocked back. Outside to Rentschler again, blocked over, dug by Schiltz. Free ball sent over, handled by Robin. Middle set to Shorma, and that will fall down on the Spartan side. Great smart power tip by Shorma.
Definitely, and that's kind of a scary call too, the way that these officials have been calling this game. I kind of assumed they were gonna call that a lift almost. That was definitely an interesting tip from her.
Hi, Kim,
16 to 16 now.
Great swing from Rydell and great hustle from Robin and the rest of the Shanley defense, but that will just fall on their side.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, Addie, but we got to call the score every time now. Having some technical difficulties. It's 16-17. The Spartans are ahead in this third set.
Berg with the serve, pushed over by Haikim, and that is a kill for her. We're tied up 17 to 17.
Again,
it's getting close to crunch time.
Definitely, and using that court awareness is something very important that both teams have got to capitalize on. All tied up at 17 now as Vetter is up to serve.
Vetter to serve for the Deacons, handled by Comer, outside set to Tykeson, and I think that is the most heat we've seen from her. That's a great swing.
Definitely just off of Vetter, just wrong there. It will be a Spartans point, 18 to 17.
Rydell back to serve for the Spartans. Handled by Cutterba. Right side to Shorma. Great swing from her. Dug up by Schultz. Outside to Tykeson. Rolled over. Dug. Free ball just barely. Point Spartans.
Definitely a tough one there. I think the Deacons have to dig deep right now, no matter how close they are. And even if whatever happens, they do not want to go home knowing that they could have made this set happen.
Hakim with the tip over, dug by Tykeson. Sent over, dumped over by McNeely. Point Deacons.
Again, that's one thing we've seen a lot of from the Deacons tonight, using that setter dump occasionally, and it's worked out for them a great percentage of the time.
Holstein into the game for the Deacons.
I'll wipe something up quick. Tough game here. We have some girls who are working super hard. This is a close one, and this is the time when it matters. 18 to 19, the Spartans are up.
Served by Cutterba, dug by Comer. Hit over by Nelson, blocked back, but dug back over. Hakim with a swing, and that's a kill for her. Great swing from Hakim.
Oh. But it looks like she was in the net. Uh-oh. Or under the net? I'm a little confused by that.
What was the call, Sealy?
I believe they called her in the net, but now I think she was under it. I'm not really sure, Addie. Over the net it was.
Okay. Served by Schilt.
Under.
Handled by Cutterba. Sent over by Hakim. Outside set to Tykeson. Tipped over. Dug by McNeely. Tight joust. Won by Holstein, but dug by Berg. Handled by Vetter. Right side to Hakim. Great swing from her. Dug by Berg. Right side to Olsher. Dug by Cutterba. Dumped over by McNeely. Handled by Berg. Blocked from Nelson.
That is a huge one there from the Deacons, asserting their dominance at the net. They have got to get this going. Score is 19-20. And the Spartans are up.
Served by Stimson, handled well by Berg, tipped over by Olsher. Swing from Ullman, great swing from her. Berg sent over and out of bounds.
A very rare one there from her, huh?
Definitely rare.
And that's one she definitely needs to get back, especially putting it over the net like that as you were trying to get it to your own hitter.
Stimson with the serve, handled by Tykeson. Swing by Tykeson. Dug, but just out of bounds.
Great hustle there by Ullman, running into the area over there where the score is. They're going to have to try and get that resituated here. 20-20 now. Tight, just like the last set. The Deacons have got to pull through and get this one to go in their favor if they want to stay playing tonight. 21-20, excuse me.
And that will be an ace. Deacons could not handle that one, and they will take a timeout.
Timeout for the Deacons here. Tell me what the Deacons have to do, Addie, if they want to keep playing tonight.
I think the Deacons just have to stay confident in themselves and know their abilities. We know the Deacons can swing hard. We know they can have great defense and great serve receive and great serving. They just have to have the confidence in themselves. I'm seeing a lot of down faces for the Deacons, and they really just need to pick themselves up.
Definitely, and they've come this far and they've stayed this close. It just feels kind of unfair to just let all their hard work go to waste and lose such a close set, such a close game. They've really got to pull through, and I think everyone here knows they can, and the Spartans cannot let down.
Thiel with the serve for the Spartans. Passed by Robin, outside to Ullman, and oh my goodness. That is exactly what we needed from the Deacons.
I was just going to say, that is how I don't think they could have drawn up a better start out of this timeout than that.
Frenchler back into the game for the Deacons. Robin back to serve. Great serve by Robin, handled by Berg. Middle set to Nelson, tipped over, handled by Ullman. Joust won by Holstein. Right side tipped over by Ullman. Set by Berg.
Oh, that same call we talked about in that other set, Addie, right?
Yes. Berg's foot just over the line. She is not able to use her hands. But she'll make it up with a pass. Nelson with the swing and the kill.
Oh, I'm just cringing up here. If you guys could see me at home, you would, I don't know what you would think. This is so close, so tight. The Deacons have to pull through. We got Spartans up to serve.
Berg with the serve, handled by Cutterba. Outside to Ullman, tipped over. Great hustle and out of bounds. Ullman has been a key part of this match to get them back and keep their energy high. She's doing it all for the Deacons.
Exactly, and just that court awareness. It's such a great thing to have and super important in a close game like this. 23-23. These are some of the biggest points that these girls are going to play all year, in my opinion. The Deacons are playing against this #1 team in the Fargo North Spartans. It's a 2-point game. The Deacons will not see them again in the regular season. This is a big, big few points here. You're going to want to stick around to see how it ends up.
Holstein back to serve for the Deacons. Serve handled by Thiel, outside to Berg. Great dig by Holstein. outside to Rentschler, touched, handled by Thiel, outside to Berg, dug by Rentschler, dumped over by Stimson, handled by Berg, tipped to Rydell. That's a great spot.
I know that we've talked a lot about the setter dump working out for the Deacons, but in this situation, you can't let that happen. I think that Stimson had a real shot at setting up a hitter, and she chose to take the dump. Give your hitter a chance to make something happen. I think that the Spartans are catching on to the games that the Deacons are playing, and the Deacons have got to pull it together here. You got to win by 2. Spartans, get this next point. People are going to start leaving the gym. It's over. The Deacons have to get this point, otherwise they're going home. Again, in this timeout here, Deacon coaches are just telling their girls, get excited, get ready. You can do this. You've earned it. It is 23-24. The Deacons have fought for every point in this game, as have the Spartans. Let's see who comes out on top.
The Deacons in a must-get-this-point situation to keep the game going. Comer back to serve for the Spartans. Great serve by her, off the ceiling, pushed over by Rentschler. Rydell with the tip, handled by Robin, right side to Ullman. Great swing, handled by Comer, outside to Berg. Ullman with the swing. Free ball needed to be sent over by the Spartans. Middle set tipped over by Shorma. Dump, dug by Shorma. Outside to Rentschler, and that is a point.
Wow.
I can barely speak right now, Celie. I'm just so focused.
Again, you had that hit from Ullman almost stuffed back in her face, but the net acted as a second defender in the Deacons' favor. That was a great rally. 24-24 here. It is not over, folks.
Hi, Kim back into the game for the Deacons. McNeely up to serve. McNeely to serve, handled by Berg, outside to Berg. Cutterba with the dig, outside to Rentschler, sent over, dug by Berg, out back to Berg, blocked back. Rydell with the kill. Great swing from her.
That's a tough one there. I mean, you did have Shorma up to block, but just her, it's a tough one against Rydell's lethal arm.
Berg back to serve for the Spartans. Handled by Rentschler, tipped over by Shorma, and that's down. And we will continue to play.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna redo the point.
Vetter into the game to serve for the Deacons.
It's a subbing signal, not a redo. It is a subbing signal, everyone. It is 25-25. It is 25-25.
Vetter with the serve, handled by Berg, outside to Tykeson. Great swing, handled by Cutterba, outside to Robin, tipped over, great tip placement, dug over by Coleman, right side to Kim. That is a great swing from her.
I was just gonna say, that free ball sent over from the Spartans, the Deacons have to use it, and they did. This is exciting. 26-25. The Deacons are ahead.
Timeout taken by the Spartans.
Oh my goodness.
Right now, I'd really just like to shout out Hannah Cutterba, Caitlin Ullman, and Mesiku Haikim. They have really had the biggest impact on this game.
Definitely, I think Cutterba had her ups and downs throughout the sets, struggling to contain some of those hits from the Spartans. But in this crunch time here in this third set, she has come through, and the Deacons really do need that right now.
Vetter with the serve. 1 point needed for the Deacons to win the set. Handled, tipped over by Rydell, outside to Robin. Dug by Berg, to Rydell, and that's a kill for her.
Oh my gosh! This is just getting insane. Cutterba right there to get that up, but just off her hands wrong.
Rydell back to serve for the Spartans. Handled by Cutterba. Middle set to Hai Kim. Great power tip from her. Dug by Coleman. Great hustle by McNeely. Free ball sent over. Middle set to Nelson, but no block up.
I'm just wondering what the Deacons were thinking there, not even putting a single person up to give Rydell even a little bit of a challenge. I'm sorry, but that's a tough one. Nelson! Dang it! They look so alike.
Rydell back to serve, handled by Robin. Tipped over, handled by Tykeson. Back to Tykeson with the swing, and that's just out of bounds. And that will be a Spartan win.
Wow. I'm a little in shock there. Did not expect it to end on a tough block there from the Deacons. A great game overall. The Spartans proved why they're #1 in the state, but I definitely think the Deacons gave them a bigger fight than anyone here would have really expected. Great game from both. I don't think the Deacons should hang their heads at all. I think that they should be proud and strong that they kept it this close and hungry for more, wanting it back. They gotta be good the rest of the season. For Addie Bogenreef and our entire crew, I'm Sealy Stockmo. The final score from Fargo, Shanley Deacons 0, Fargo North Spartans 3. To watch the archived version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to shanleytv.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.